Hi guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial today, and it is going to be on this why can I speak today? Inspired leaf right here. And then we're also going to do a quick Plumeria tutorial as well, because I don't know if I have done one where typically when I do my Plumerias, I do use pan pastels to color the center of them. But I want to show you how you can do it with just layering two different petals. So I am going to show you how to do that. It's super simple, honestly, but I figured, you know what, since I'm working on these, kind of tropical vibes, why not throw in the Plumeria as well in there for a little quick refresher on my template 59, which is my Plumeria. And then as for the leaf, the nice thing about this leaf style is that it requires no template, and you can find multiple video tutorials here on my YouTube channel on different different palm style leaves that require no templates, or yeah, I guess no template. It just requires some hand cutting, some scissors, and like this one is super adorable. So I am going to be using 8.5 by 11 cardstock to make this. You can also do 12 by 12 as well. You're just going to follow the same techniques as I am going to show you when creating this palm. I cannot speak today, you guys. All right, so let me go ahead and get this out of the way, and I will show you the materials that you will need in order to create this leaf. Okay, to start off, like I mentioned before, you are going to need an 8.5 by 11 cardstock sheet. Again, you can use 12 by 12 if you have that at hand. Obviously, the leaf is going to be a little bit larger. You are also going to need a ruler. I'm going to be using, this is by Westcott. It's one of their mats that came with their fabric rotary, hard, not a hard word, but I can't pronounce it right now. The rotary blade that cuts the fabric, and it came with this mat, and I'm going to use it because it is long enough for me to go ahead and trace a line. So what you're going to do, so again, you can use a ruler as well. We are going to draw a line in the center of this sheet. Now, if you're using 12 by 12, it will automatically line up because it's shaped in a square. Because this is an even 8.5 by 11, it's a rectangle and not a perfect square, which is why the triangles, the ends, are not going to meet. So we're going to have to create a line in the center. So I will say this palm is a little bit more on the time consuming part, but I think once you get it down, it's fairly simple. So there we go. I drew my line. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors. And cut in the center. I am using cardstock by Printwork, 65 pound. Okay, so now we have our two triangles. You're gonna need your glue gun. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that mat because we are gonna be gluing. So now we are going to layer these triangles one on top of the other, as you can see. So now we have just one. You're going to grab your glue gun, and we are going to add glue. Let me get this over here so you can see the end, the outer edge of this. We're just going to add glue all the way down. This is why I like to have a mat underneath, because the glue will spill out a little bit. I am using my go-to glue gun, the Sure Bonder Mini Detailed. My absolute favorite. Okay, so we have the two ends glued. Okay, now you need a ruler. So I'm going to use my ruler because the mat is a little bit more on the flimsier side. So this actually did come with the mat. You can find it on Amazon. So I'm going to grab my ruler. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go the outer edge just a little bit. Grab this side right here, and we're just going to lift it up a bit, crease it. I'm going to bring it down a little. So I can crease it over here. It's just to help crease. So you should have something like this. Now, I do have a video on this on Instagram, you guys, where I show you that you can right here, if you wanted to, add some gauge wire right here on this part right here on the bottom and glue some wire, which would allow you for your leaf to become more flexible. Like you're able to shape it more because there is a wire there, floral wire there that's allowing you, sorry, my computer, allowing you to manipulate the leaf. That is an option if you want to, especially like if you're working on backdrops and you need the leaves to go a certain way. That is a great tip right there for you, just to add wire on this part. But I am not going to do that because I don't need to. So what I'm going to do, so what you need to do is we're going to add glue here. Okay. Oh, so you're going to glue all this and we're just going to flip it inwards like this. Okay. So you're going to do that all this strip right here. Okay. So I'm going to be right back because I need to go lower my computer. All right, you guys, sorry. I had to go ahead and lower the volume. My son is asking me, I have him on the parental control. So whenever he wants to download apps, it asks me first. So of course he's over here requesting for me to approve these apps, which of course it's a no. All right, so I'm almost done gluing. This part right here. Okay, so this is what you should have. So remember, we scored this a little bit with our ruler and now we're gluing this part. And again, this is the part where if you wanted to, you could add wire to make it a little bit more workable if you wanted to shape it a different way. So now you're gonna get your scissors. We're gonna snip this top part off. Okay, keep the end though, okay? So you're just snipping the top part. And we are gonna shape this into a leaf. So now when it comes here to the end, this is gonna be the stem. So we're just gonna follow along this line right here and go down. And then I'm just going to snip off this little triangle edge now. So this is what you should have. Okay. If you want to look at it this way. So this is what we should have. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so now here comes the part, the most important part of this is the cutting. We are going to be cutting at angles. Make sure that you're cutting both pieces at the same time. So we're gonna go at an angle and we're stopping where this stem part is, okay? Now, depending, you can go as wide, like the spacing, or as thin. I kind of do maybe in between. Sometimes I typically start off closer and then just space them. Now, you're going to notice that when it comes to this part right here, it's going to be a little bit more of a corner piece. We want that round. So you're just going to round this end off just slight. So see how now it's more round? And now you're going to cut at an angle. Okay. So notice this corner right here, it's a little bit too pointy for me. So I am going to carefully round it a bit. Okay, see how I rounded it? It's a lot more smoother. So now I'm going to cut again at an angle. I'm going to curve that a little bit so we get it smoother. And now you're cutting at an angle. Smooth that out. And cut at an angle. Smooth it. Angle. Smooth it out. Yep. Cut. So as you can see, it's not that hard. It's definitely maybe more on the time-consuming part. Smooth it. Angle. Oh, my son's here, hold on. All right, guys, sorry, I'm back. My little one needed me. All right, so we need to curve this. Cut. Curve. If you go to, when you purchase my Plumeria template on Etsy, under the description, I have videos linked there. And I do have linked the original video of when I made this leaf, but I think I made it like 2 years ago, and it was under my Instagram TV, because back then I used to be all into Instagram TV, but I feel like Instagram TV is not a thing anymore, which is why now I'm more into YouTube now. So the original video of this tutorial can be found on Instagram TV, and I do show you, if you want it to look like more of a palm where there's more spacing, I do show you another way of cutting if you are interested. So again, go to Etsy, look for my template 59. Under the description, we'll have multiple video tutorials, and it will show you, it will have the, you'll just copy and paste the link to my Instagram TV, and it'll take you directly to that video tutorial if you want to see that other palm style. It's just a little bit more space. I'm trying to see, you know what, I do have, well, here, let me show you, because I'm in my office now and I have it right here. So this is what I mean. Do you see how it's more of a spaced look and it's not as tight? You can see that in that Instagram tutorial. Okay, just wanted to throw that out there in case. And that goes for any of my templates, you guys, that you purchase off my Etsy. Just go under description and you will see all the videos linked that will pertain to that template. Okay, we're almost towards the end. This is the part that gets a little tricky sometimes. So I'm just gonna round that corner. I'm gonna cut, and I think we're gonna end it here and then just smooth this corner out. I could probably cut more, but let's see how that looks. Okay. I think I am going to cut a little bit more, you guys. Or should I? Oh, you know what? Maybe not. Let me open it. But you could definitely go all the way to the top. And then you're just going to open her up. And voila, you are all done. I can definitely go one more cut up here, okay? But I'm just gonna stop it here because I do want to get to the Plumeria template, okay? But let me show you over here what I mean. So I can definitely cut a little bit more. See how I cut it up there a little bit more? It just needs one more little snip and then we're good. But there you go. That is how you make this leaf style. Isn't she adorable? I love her so much. I think she adds a lot of character to your sets. So now let's get to the Plumeria. I'm going to take you to Design Space because I am going to show you what the SVG looks like. Now I do have another video tutorial that I made last year, I want to say, on the Plumeria, and I did do an SVG walkthrough, excuse me, of what the template looks like. I'm just going to show you just quickly that because I'm going to show you which two petals I used to do this layering technique, and then I'll just tell you which ones, you know, to make larger Plumerias, because I believe you get 2, 4, 6, I want to say this template comes with 8 petals. We're going to see right now. I don't really remember. And it also comes in PDF. Okay, so when you purchase this template, you're going to get PDF and SVG. PDF means that you are going to print it at home and you're going to cut the petals out, and it is for hand cutting, for tracing and cutting. SVG means that you are going to upload it to either Design Space or Silhouette, and the machine is going to cut the petals out for you. Okay, so I want you to know that you are going to get 2, PDF and SVG. Don't get mistaken and try uploading the PDF file to Cricut Design Space or Silhouette, because it's not going to work. So make sure that you are uploading the correct file. It has to say SVG. Okay, so let's go to Design Space real quick. All right, you guys, I was right. So you do get 8 petals. I was like, how many petals do we get? But yes, it is 8 petals that you will get to make the Plumeria template. Now, the smallest Plumeria that you're going to be able to make is going to be roughly around 3 inches and largest 10 inch. But obviously, if you play with the sizing, you can make them bigger or smaller. So let's take a look at the SVG real quick. It is locked when you upload it to your Cricut Design Space. Just a little refresher real quick when you download it from Etsy. When Etsy sends you that email and you download, please make sure that when you click on download, okay, when it downloads to your computer, don't click on that download and then thinking that that's the SVG, because it is not. That means it's the URL version, the URL format. So that means, yes, you download the SVG, but as soon as you download, just go straight over here to your uploads right here, and then go to your downloads and look for that SVG file and then upload it. And this is what you get, because I can't tell you how many times I've had clients mistaken that URL download for the SVG and then are saying that it's not working for them when they missed the step of going to upload and now go to the download and file that SVG that did download. Okay, and then this is what you'll have. Now ungroup this, and you are going to change the sizing, guys. I know some of us get upset thinking, oh, why do I have to do this step? The nice thing about SVG is that you are able to manipulate the sizing if you want larger petals or smaller petals. I am giving you this because I'm giving you the original measurements, okay, to if you want to stick with the original measurements. But you are more than welcome to make larger Plumerias or smaller Plumerias by just manipulating the sizing. Okay, this is just a suggestion if you want to stick to the original measurements, where I'm telling you, you know, that you can make 3 to 10 inch, because this is going to be your 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7 inch, 8 inch, 9 inch, and then 10 inch. Okay, and you're going to change the sizing. So look here, aqua, it's telling me that aqua is 1.5 inches, and it is going to tell you to only change the height. So you're going to go up here, and we're only changing the height, and it said 1.5. So this is the original measurements if you want to make the 3 inch. We're going to need the smaller one too, the darker blue, and it says the blue petal is 2 inches. So we're going to go here and make it 2 inches, and that's it. So these are the 2 petals that we are going to be using today, because this is going to be the layering technique. So when you come over here and you want to make the larger Plumeria, so the red petal is 5. So we're gonna get this up to 5. And then we're gonna get this pink petal, and this is gonna be 4.5. So then you would just repeat 4. Why am I going down? Up. Sorry if the phone's shaky because I'm holding my holding the phone with my hand, and then you would just layer it, and this will make your 10-inch, okay? And you are going to need 5 petals of each, so just group them together, duplicate. I'm gonna delete this because we don't need this. And then voila, you have it, okay? So I just wanted to show you the Plumeria template. And again, when you change the sizing, what I do to all my SVGs when I first upload them, I change all the sizings and then I save them. So that way I don't have to redo the whole sizing ever again, okay? So just a tip so you don't have to keep doing these measurements every single time. Just change them for the one time, the first time you do it, and then just save it, okay? So that way you don't have to keep repeating to do this. So let me go ahead and get my petals cut out, and I will be right back. I did forget one very important part over here is that you're also going to need the smaller base that goes with it. So notice how each 2 little petals has a base. That's because that base pertains to those petals. So if you want to do the single Plumeria, then that means that this petal is going to go with that base. Or if you're going to do the double Plumeria, then that means these 2 are going to go with this base. So I'm going to get this pink one, but we do have to adjust it. So blue petal, pink circle. So it tells you here, use the light pink circle. Where's the measurements? Oh, here we go. Light pink, 1 inch. So we're going to do 1 inch, and we're going to change this color to, doesn't matter, either the blue or the aqua. We'll just make it aqua. Okay, now I'm going to delete this, and I am going to cut these out. All right, you guys, so I do have my petals cut, ready to go. Oops. Get them in frame right here. So I just wanted to show you which cardstock I'm using because I always do get asked. So I'm using the boho rainbow cardstock, honestly one of my favorites from Printworks DIY. You can find them on Amazon. So this is 67-pound volume, which pretty much is similar to 65-pound weight. Honestly, I wish I knew what the difference was because I know that I also like to get Spring Hill cardstock, and I know they do the volume as well. So I don't know, I really should Google that and see what the difference is between 67-pound volume and 65-pound cardstock, because I find it very similar. Maybe material, I'm not too sure, but we're going to be using the color coral and golden rod, and I did use the color mint from this pack as well, and I did use right here the color cream. The only color I didn't use was the blue. So just wanted to share that with you. So I do have my petals all cut. You are going to first, because this is a layering technique, we're going to need some sort of adhesive glue. You can use a glue stick. This is my go-to whenever it comes to layering petals, is the Precision Glue Craft Glue from Barely Art. You can find this on Amazon. That's typically where I order mine. And you are just going to add small little dots of glue. And you're just going to layer them right on top. And I do go all the way towards the bottom. Okay, so, and the other video tutorials on the Plumeria, I do show you how to use pan pastels if you want to color the center instead. I want to say too, on Instagram, when I first released this template, I think I used watercolors as well. So you can definitely get very creative with this template. So you can use pretty much anything, crayons, markers. Like I said, I'm pretty positive I used watercolors the first time I ever made these Plumerias. But definitely pan pastels is my go-to. So we're almost done gluing these. And the nice thing about this particular glue is that it does dry pretty quickly. On to our last one. Just give it a little smush down. All right, I'm gonna give these a little 5 minutes to kind of dry, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, while we wait for these to dry, I did want to show you, because remember I told you how I like to use pan pastels. I don't know if you can see a little bit of the coloring in there. Those are my pan pastels, and if you're wondering what are pan pastels, they're these little trays that have like this powdery color, and then you just get yourself something soft, such as like Q-tips, or like they do sell their own like sponges or whatever, but honestly I just use ear Q-tips and it works perfectly fine on just rubbing the color onto the petals. So that's an option, and you can get those. I've ordered them off Amazon, off Michael's, so you can definitely find them, pretty sure, in any craft store. Okay, and then this tutorial for this palm can be found on my YouTube channel, and actually it might be with this latest tutorial, the last one that I made with this Plumeria. Don't quote me on that, but I know she has a video tutorial. Okay guys, so now grab yourself something to curl with. I'm just going to be using a skewer. And then all you're going to do is we're only going to roll this left part right here. So facing me, this is my left. I'm going to roll this up. Just like that. Do you see that? Sorry if the lighting is off. You know, it's like sunny 1 minute and then it's cloudy the next. So you're just gonna roll these in. Just like that is what you should have. Now get your little base right here. Get one petal. Now I'm only going to add glue, so I'm going to flip this over. I'm only adding glue right here to the left side, and just a small dot of glue. Okay. We are going to go in the center of the base. And now we're just going to add a small little dot of glue, and we're going to space these and go around in a circle. So we are on to our last one. I'm going to add glue, and now you're going to tuck this one in, because remember we didn't glue this side over here. Tuck her in all the way in, and there she goes. So that's why it's a nice little continuous kind of spiral, and there you go, your Plumeria is all done. All right, you guys, and so I hope you found that helpful on how to make these adorable palms along with these simple Plumerias. So again, this is my template 59 for the Plumerias. You can find them on my Etsy. And then if you want to watch the other videos that pertain to the Plumerias, just make sure that you go under the item details on my Etsy, and then you'll see on that particular template, and then you'll see all the links where I do Plumeria video tutorials. And I want to say that I also link other palm tutorials, because again, I do have like 3 other palm video tutorials on here on my YouTube that you can follow along to make templates that require to make leaves that require no template, because I know that's a biggie for sure. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can message me on my Etsy, Ariel Elise Designs. Always happy to help. Having issues downloading, please reach out, you guys, and I'm always happy to help and walk you through that. Okay, and there is a video tutorial here on my YouTube going and walk through, showing you step by step on how to download my SVGs if you're having issues. Okay, so yeah, I will chat with you guys later. Bye.